Hollywood has embarked to film in the beautiful town of Moab and surrounding area. Filmmakers were back this week to shoot a movie. So we are joined this morning by Bega Metzner, who is with the Moab to Monument Valley Film Commission. Bega, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just great. Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. Am I saying your name correctly? Let me ask that as well.
Bega. Yes, you said it correctly. Thank you so much.
All right, Bega, talk to me about filming in the Moab area. Why is this such a draw for filmmakers?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why it's a draw, but I'd have to say primarily it's because of our landscapes. It is one of the most extraordinary, breathtaking, iconic landscapes, I think, in the world. We have red rocks beyond belief and mountains and different kinds of ecosystems that you can film in that just make pretty much any type of film in any type of genre exciting, interesting, scary, all the things that you might need, from any type of thriller to horror to westerns, which obviously started out here many, many years ago, 75 years ago.
Well, we don't need an exhaustive list, but can you go through some of the names that people would recognize when it comes to movies filmed in that part of our state?
Absolutely. I think that one of the things that I say is that as the film commission director for the Moab to Monument Valley Film Commission, I basically represent Grand County, San Juan County, Moab to Monument Valley, or Thelma and Louise to Forrest Gump, which gives you a pretty good example visually of what our landscapes entail. But we've had Raiders of the Lost Ark, City Slickers 2, back in the day, so many of the John Ford and John Wayne movies, Wagon Master, The Searchers, 127 Hours. The list goes on. I have a big list on my website on filmmoab.com that you can print up a PDF of all the films that were made in the area.
Okay, so what are your duties then, given your position? Tell us what you do on a daily basis in dealing with movies being made.
So basically, I am a liaison between the film productions of any type of media production in the areas that I represent, which I just mentioned are Grand and San Juan County, Moab to Monument Valley. So daily duties change every single day. There's never one day that's like another one, but I help with initial inspiration to have them come and film in this area rather than going to other places perhaps, or other states, or even other countries at this point. And then once I've inspired them, then I am basically what I like to call nose to tail with anything that they might need, from finding local crew to figuring out where they, again, might want to film, how to permit in those locations. I have a relationship with all of the different land use agencies, from our local Bureau of Land Management to our 2 national parks, our 2 state parks, our state lands, our national forest. And so I just basically point them in the right direction and help in whatever way I can. And I also have a relationship, again, with our local mayor and our local PD and sheriff's department and all those things. So I'm a facilitator, a fixer, and figure out how to get it done in the smoothest possible way, and help you create whatever the dream is that you want, from the smallest little student films to the biggest blockbusters that you might or might not have heard about yet, or that are or about to come out. So it's really fun. It's great.
Bega, I imagine this really helps out the local economy. Can you explain why it can be such a boost?
It helps out in so many ways. I mean, when a film crew comes here, sometimes they're for a very short period of time, sometimes they're for longer, but they stay in our hotels, they eat at the restaurants, they go out to the local bars, they shop in all of the stores, they hire local crew. The infrastructure here is mainly for the landscapes, not for sound stages in this area. When you come here, you're coming to film in the beauty and make that a character, whatever that character might be. And so, the local community gets involved as background extras or as talent. And then they do hire, like the law enforcement officers to shut down the roads and things like that as well. Like we just had the other day here in Moab, a pretty major shutdown that has never been seen before. So that was beyond exciting for me.
Okay, so you mentioned that.
I've been doing this.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I know you probably can't say a whole lot. Can you tell us anything about this sort of latest thing that is being shot in Moab, what it's been like?
I think that at this moment I've been sort of given the I've been on a very strong NDA, non-disclosure agreement, for almost a year now that I've been working with this film production that was just in town. But I think, happily say I'll be the first that the movie that we've been calling the working title of Zeus is actually Godzilla x Kong Supernova. So the titans of the monsterverse, not physically here in Moab. Those will be put in post-production for it's going to be probably over a year until the movie comes out. I believe sometime either in the fall of 26 or the spring of 27 is what they're looking at. But we did shut down Main Street, Moab, which is not just Main Street, is also U.S. Highway 191. And so that was like, it's never been done before. Like I said, we've had intermittent traffic control in years past where they've shut it down just for 5 or 10 minutes at a time, but this was a full, just 2-block radius shutdown. And it was, so much fun. All of the background, over 70 of them were all Moab locals that were involved. And again, the collaboration between the city of Moab and the city of Moab manager, the Moab city manager, and the mayor, and all of our local enforcement officers made it go, as far as I've heard, incredibly smoothly. And I was there, and it was really, it was like, I wish I could find other words besides exciting, thrilling, and breathtaking and awesome. But yeah, I think I got frozen. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back here. We got you. We only lost you for a second there, so you're all good. So breaking news here on Arc Salt Lake that you told us. Tell us that title one more time, just so we can make sure to get it across.
Absolutely. The title is Godzilla x Kong Supernova.
Okay, and you said probably a year or more before we see this film, so that's pretty exciting.
The word on the street is either fall of 2026, but most likely I would think in spring of 2027. So I'll be back on hopefully down the line before that movie comes out, just to make sure that people go and see it. But I don't think that it's one of those movies that people do like to go and see, and for to be able to show this environment in a movie like that. This is the only city in the United States that this movie, from this actual chapter, is filming. This is the only city in the U.S.
Okay.
Everything else is outside of the U.S. So that's also a pretty big deal.
Bega Metzner, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate you sharing that big news with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right. We're